Hello and welcome back to GoodKnit Kisses. I'm your host Kristen, and my friends with allfreeknitting.com and I would like to present you with another video. This one today again is on the half stitch HS, and it's a technique that you can do on the end of purl rows at the end of your row over here, and the last stitch is actually just Ewrap. So you purl all of your rows and then Ewrapped. But this is an update, so if you are increasing using the half stitch on your left side, if you're starting on your left with a panel with a slip stitch and you just come from this row here, working this way to the left, and you wrap this stitch to increase one, and then you need to move to this first peg, and this is when you're increasing. You can just start purling your row, but if you do that, you'll get this extra bump. Do you see this bump? And on some patterns it may not be a big deal, but if you're not doing the half stitch here, which is an Ewrap, then you're going to get this bump, and then if you Ewrap at the end down here, you're not going to get a bump. So if that doesn't bother you, and I'll show you one that I've done to show you it with the bump on the left. Do you see that there's a bump? It's harder to see in this material, so some materials may hide it more. So there's a bump here, but there's not a bump here, and this is a nice, clean, flatter, finished edge. I think this is a better edge than this one, but for whatever purpose you have, it may not matter about that. It may matter just what. So I'm going to show you what we do. You increase by one, and instead of purling, we're going to Ewrap. And then we start going over and purling after that. And then again, when you come to the end of your row, you have got this nice clean edge when you do an Ewrap, which is also called the half stitch. It's just naming a sort of technique, pattern style. It's kind of like the garter ridge is a series of doing certain things. It's not the individual stitch on the peg. Oops. Alright, so when you're at the end of that row, this last stitch is going to be an Ewrap, not this one, but this one, and this is only, when you're working on this side. So make that an Ewrap, just like we did in our other video. And then I happen to be working in a garter ridge pattern, so I'll just end up Ewrapping this row after, and this one remains a slip stitch, so that when you get down here, you get this nice clean edge. I hope that helps clear up the half stitch. If you have to increase, be sure and send me a message on my channel at GoodKnit Kisses, or you can send something at allfreeknitting.com if you're watching it from there. Just be sure and know that I can't answer questions from there. So for more tips and tutorials, tune in to GoodKnit Kisses or allfreeknitting.com on behalf of my friends at allfreeknitting.com. Thanks and happy looming!